As President Trump urges the Iranian people to take the moment to take their government, we look at what post-Khamenei Iran could look like. Live now to the director of Iranian Studies Program at Stanford University, Abba Milani. Abbas, thank you so much for joining us. You wrote an op-ed in the New York Times weeks ago about this very question. The President of the United States says that this could be the only chance in generations for Iranians to really shape their future and their history going forward. How do you see that taking shape?
This is a very historic moment, probably the most important moment in this 47-year dreadful rule by the clergy who have isolated Iran, who have weakened Iran, who have destroyed the economy, who've put Iran on a war path with Israel, with the United States, with virtually now much of the rest of the world. So this is a regime at its weakest. And this regime, when it's weak and when it is feeling existential threats, as it clearly now does, it goes berserk. It went berserk against the people of Iran about 50 days ago, killing several tens of thousands of people. And it is now trying to engulf the entire region in a war in order to get itself a reprieve. I don't think it's going to succeed, but that, to me, is their goal.
You know, we are also aware of the conversation in the United States about the powers of the executive branch, the power of the legislative branch, of course, Congress with the power to declare war. As Americans begin to interface with their elected leaders in Congress, is that enough of an argument, do you think, as an educator who speaks with students every day about Iran? Is the state in Iran enough of an argument to convince the American people to be behind their elected representatives in Congress?
I think that remains to be seen because I think, first of all, the president needs to make the case as he's trying to. I think one of the things that some of the Democrats in the Congress, I think, need to realize is how desperate the Iranian people are and how much blood has been shed by this regime. You know, the notion that this is a normal regime, I think, misses the reality of what this regime has done to Iran and has done to the region. The legal issues need to be worked out by scholars. I'm not a scholar of U.S. Constitution, but I do believe that this is a pivotal moment. It's a pivotal moment for the future of the Middle East. Middle East without Khamenei and his thinking and his belligerence and his dogmatism is a more peaceful Middle East. So long as this regime exists, and to me, its nuclear power is part of the problem, so long as this regime exists and thinks that it can unilaterally destroy the state of Israel and expand Islamic power around the world, as it does, there won't be peace in the Middle East. So that, to me, must be part of that discussion, not just the immediate aftermath of what is happening.
Well, Iranians who cheered the death of the supreme leader, obviously feeling a point of power and some hope right now, but also, wouldn't you agree that there's a point of vulnerability here? Because we have a window of time where leadership matters and the installation of the right kind of leadership matters. What do you see in the days and weeks ahead that have to come into place to make sure that there is some enduring freedom and hope for the people of Iran?
Well, I think that's a brilliant question. I think creating a regime, bringing to power a regime in Iran that represents all of Iranians both inside Iran and in diaspora. Iran now has almost a 10 million strong diaspora. It is a very well-educated, well-funded diaspora. So a government that can bring together all of these forces. And these people have shown, the majority of Iranian people, less than 10% of Iranian people want the sustenance of this status quo. So a force that can bring all of these potential peaceful, constructive, entrepreneurially masterful population together, I think will guarantee that we won't see Iran under this kind of a morass once again. Otherwise, it will be a repetition of the past 47 years.
Professor Abba Milani, thank thank you so much for a meaningful conversation here on CBS News 24/7. That's what we're all about. We wish you well.